If you clicked on this video, it is most likely that video games have become a staple in your life. Something that takes up the majority of your time as you sit there playing whatever the heck you're playing on your greasy couch or chair. And I don't actually blame you for that. You see, that's most of Gen X, Gen Alpha, and probably Gen Y, as it's what the majority of us have grown up with. And I'm also sure you probably have a very strong opinion on it as well. You're probably either a die-hard fan who has had their Game Boy and their GameCube era with all your Pokemon pixels to occupy you, and now you probably operate on like a full gaming system at the age of 25, or you're younger and have grown up with the newer consoles like the PlayStation 5 and all the PC setups and absolutely just garbage other consoles, and now you probably spend most of the time dying in Siege and telling your teammates to go die in a fire. But this video isn't actually what you think it's going to be. This video is not me going on about how video games are ruining your life, how you should quit them now, and how you should go outside and drink some water and approach 100 girls by the age of 6. I'm actually not telling you any of that. In this video, I'm simply giving you a choice. And it is completely up to you what you decide and what you proceed to do from the information I give in this video. You see, the concept of Warhammer in this title doesn't actually represent the tabletop war game, far from it in fact, unless you actually want it to mean that, but it more represents the act of an enjoyable hobby, something that you non-biasedly, wholeheartedly enjoy. This could be swimming, XC riding, painting, pottery, or absolutely whatever the heck this is. And many people will say, well, video games are my passion, that's what my thing is, I don't know what you're going on about, mate, this is literally my passion. And that could be true. Honestly, I'm not actually denying the fact that could genuinely be something that you are wholeheartedly, passionately in love with. My question is, if you were placed non-biasedly in front of a sport that you either did love or now love, and video games, and you have had basically zero experience with it, and you're pretty neutral within both ones, which one would you pick? Which one would you genuinely, wholeheartedly choose? And the problem I have once again is most people would have said video games if I asked them that situation. And I gotta say, these video game companies have done their job well. They have literally shaped a product that hooks the competitive, aggressive side of humans and slowly drains more money out of them. Basically, they've literally created a product that allows you to pay money on the human psyche. It allows them to take money from you by accessing and basically sustainably giving some kind of torment to the human psyche. And it is really sad to see that instead of helping the human race by providing free healthcare or sustainable non-one-sided education, people create ways to exploit the general public and basically give themselves a money generator in terms of this. Through loot boxes and microtransactions, they've basically made a money generator that feeds off the basic human needs of, well, mostly men. If we look at it, most video games incorporate things like competitive ranking systems and social cooperation between whatever the players you're playing with. And that's not exactly the best thing to hear in the world. And when you put it like that, it's not exactly an amazing thing that video games exist. But what am I actually saying in this video? What am I actually telling you to do? What am I actually giving you any kind of a corporation to go forward with? Well, first of all, I'm not saying you have to quit video games. Even though I just literally yapped about how bad they are and how horrible of a thing and how they're draining you of life and all that stuff I said, I'm not actually saying you need to quit. Because video games are not the problem. The kid who plays 1 hour of Madden on the weekend is not the problem. The dads who play with their kids in a multiplayer game are not the problem. And the brothers who play for 1 hour because their mum said they're allowed to, like on a multiplayer game, they're not the problem. The problem are the people who clicked away from this video already because hearing anything about negative video games is too much for their gamer ears to hear and they already clicked off. But I'm not talking to them. I'm talking about the small portion of, gamers who actually are still watching this video and are still genuinely curious on what I'm about to say. So, if you want to take one thing away from this very, very short video, take away from this. You don't have to quit video games. You don't have to quit these small time sinks. I'm not telling you to completely throw your console out the window. I'm simply telling you to go find your Warhammer. Go find your passion. Go find something that, without bias from the media, without people telling you to do, without anyone saying anything at all, you just naturally are drawn to. And it could be as weird as, I don't know, the people who shoot, bow and arrows with their feet. If you're into that, hey, you're into that. But the point I'm trying to get across is go find something you love. Because as soon as I found Warhammer, as soon as I found my passion, video games just kind of slid. Video games just kind of went away from my life. And once again, video games could be this for you. And that's actually a very viable thing if it is. But just go find something. It doesn't have to be a sport. Doesn't have to be rock climbing. Does not have to be ab training. It can be as simple as socializing with your friends. It could be as simple as going clothes shopping. It could be as simple as stacking things orderly and having your house in order, cleaning up your room. These small things, it could be whatever. But most likely it's a hobby. But the point is, go find what you love. And you'll be surprised. You finally learn to smile again. So in summary, video games are not bad. But I know you can do better. See ya, boys.